In this sponsored tutorial, we're going to create a website using WooCommerce and Elementor on the Hostinger platform. This is part 2 of our 5-part Hostinger series. If you have any questions or comments during this video, please leave them down below. I try to answer them the best I can. My name is Bjorn from WP Learning Lab, where we help you get better at WordPress so you can earn more for yourself, for your customers, and for your business. If you haven't done so yet, click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Now let's get started. In the previous tutorial in this series, we got our Hostinger account at a major discount using the WP Learning Lab coupon. And we added our domain name right here. If you want to see that video, it's in the playlist where all these videos for hosting are going to exist. It's linked to in the description down below if you want to check it out. In this video, we are now going to create a website using Elementor. To do that, let's click on Setup on the Premium Shared Hosting row right here. Let's click on Start Now to answer some questions. I'm creating a website for myself, a client, a company I work for, or someone else. I'm going to choose myself. You can also skip this if you want to skip it. This isn't required answers here. It will be a business website, blog, portfolio, online store, other. I'm going to choose business. I am a professional website creator, experienced in creating multiple websites, a beginner creating my first website. I'm going to say professional because I used to do it professionally, build websites. I don't really anymore, but I'm pretty good at it. I'm going to choose WooCommerce right here with WordPress. You can also choose other. See if it shows options down here. Open classifieds, collabtive, booked, silver stripe, and a whole suite of other options if you don't want to use WordPress. I'm going to go back to WooCommerce and WordPress. It auto-filled my email. It's going to add a password. I'm going to generate one. So that's just what I do. Paste that in there, click on continue. And we can choose a template right here. There aren't too many options. Let's choose some of these I've used already. This is from the Astra theme, no doubt. I'm going to choose this one right here. You can click on preview. Let's do that first. So we can preview the template. You can switch over to tablet and mobile so you can see if you like what you see. If you don't like what you see, just go back and choose a different template. And these templates are also not, let's say, written in stone. You can change them inside your website. So if you don't like the template once it's on your site, you can change it. I'm going to click on select and continue, and I'm going to choose a domain. This is the one we added in the previous video. We can also use an existing domain. If we select this, we add our domain name, and then we change the name servers wherever that domain name exists. So it's going to tell us what the name servers are for this website in Hostinger, and then it's going to ask us to add those name servers instead of GoDaddy or Namecheap. They have support for that. They also have documentation for that, and there's also lots of videos for that. I even have it on my channel, changing name servers in an account. It varies from account to account though, so it's not that my video is going to be applicable to every type of account where domain names could exist, but you can check it out. It's in the card up above and the description down below. And it'll help you add name servers. I believe it's to Namecheap, I believe. We're going to choose the domain though, because that's what we have already in Hostinger, our fancy testing domain. So here's a summary of what's going to happen. We can change our server location, 3 different options. You want to choose the one that's closest to what you think will be your main source of traffic. If you think most of your traffic is going to be in Asia, choose the one in Singapore. If you think it's going to be on the east coast of the US or east coast of Canada, choose the east coast of the US. I'm going to choose the west coast of the US. I'm going to click on Finish Setup. And this may take a few moments, and then our website will be ready to rock and roll, or at least the initial setup will be ready to rock and roll. And this button takes you to the WordPress dashboard, but not the one you might be used to. This one takes you to the WordPress dashboard inside Hostinger, where you configure all kinds of stuff about your site inside the Hostinger hosting account. This one takes you to view your website, where you can then log into the traditional WordPress dashboard, where you can edit stuff in your WordPress site. And this one takes you to the main control panel inside Hostinger to manage the site as well. And if you're finding this tutorial helpful, click the like button because that helps this video show up for more people on YouTube so we can spread the knowledge and help more people with this information. So make sure you click like if you like this video. So let's take a look at all 3 of these. First, let's go to Manage WordPress Dashboard and Hostinger. and we see a lot of information about our site. Once we have an SSL certificate, we can turn on force HTTPS. We can turn on maintenance mode, which basically has a coming soon sign on your website before you've built it. Light speed enhancements already turned on. That's pretty awesome. You can flush cache right here if you want to. And WordPress updates are currently all automatically turned on. They're all enabled. So whenever updates are available, they happen automatically. Not a big fan of that. So I'm going to change this to don't update. Or you can do only minor versions, but I choose don't update. Then you have to update your plugins and themes and WordPress core manually, but it's safer because if something goes wrong, if you don't have a backup to revert back to, your site's broken and you can't easily get it back sometimes. It's pretty rare that something goes wrong these days, but you just never know. So I always back up my site on a regular basis, and I back it up right before I update plugins and themes, just in case. We have daily backup over here. It's currently not active. It costs $1 a month if you want to add that onto your account. SSL and Cloudflare we're going to set up in a future video. This website right here is just focused on building the website and managing that inside Hostinger. We can install another WordPress site right here by clicking on install. We can check out our plugins. These are all the plugins that are currently installed. We can edit the website. This takes us right into the WordPress admin. And there's also a comprehensive list of tutorials here to help you with a bunch of different things inside Hostinger. And don't forget the premium help in the bottom right. When you first sign up for a Hostinger account, you get the premium help, which is super helpful. We also have a bunch of options over here. There's order usage, which looks like resource usage of the site. Currently nothing because the site's brand new. You can renew the hosting plan. You can upgrade if you need more resources. Under the accounts and details, we see a lot of information about this plan and the hosting details that we have available. Under emails, go to the email control panel. This is under the emails tab up here. This is where we can add email for our site. We currently have a free email active right here. We can configure that by clicking on this arrow. And then I'll choose email accounts. I'm going to create a new email account. I'm going to call this info at the domain name. Make this account admin. Yes. Give it a password. I'm not going to generate this one. I'm going to use one I can remember on the fly. Add a password recovery email. And then create new account. And now we have an email address. Add our domain name. Super simple. If you want to access the email, click on web access or access webmail, sorry. And you log in here. And you can bookmark this page. This won't happen every time. Confirm that email. You can bookmark that login page. Okay. A lot of options to go through here. I'll do this later. Okay, that's good. So you can bookmark this account, this page, on your mobile device if you want to. You can also set it up on your mobile device using Get Mobile App. You can also get a specific mobile app if you don't want to use the website in your browser on mobile. And one of the options that is closed, we can actually create a Gmail account. So we can forward emails, sorry, the other way. If you have a Gmail account, you can forward them to here. So if you had a free Gmail and now you're going more professional, you have an @domain name account, you can now forward your Gmail addresses to here. You can import your contacts, you can download the Titan mobile app, and share your new email. So that's how we set up our email. Pretty straightforward. It took us under 1 minute to actually set it up, which is pretty awesome. And then we also have a lot more things we can do in here. We did the most basic thing, which was set up our email. But we can also have internal forwarding, which basically means one email forwarded to another. So if you create this email, but you actually want to use a different one, you can have the email auto-forwarded to a different one. You can have a catch-all email. What that means is it's an email where everything goes. That's not being sent to the info at that we just created. So if someone misspells info at, the email is going to bounce. Unless you have a catch-all, it would catch the misspellings. It'll catch anything sent to at your domain name, whether it's a real email or not, doesn't matter. It's going to catch it in the catch-all. You can import email data using IMAP. This is a way you can add it to your mobile phone as well, using the mobile phone app, the default ones. The domain verification app helps with email deliverability. Here's the mobile app again. The DKIM also helps with deliverability. There's a custom desktop app. You can upgrade your email. You can get Titan Max and billing and subscription. Let's go to upgrade to see what we're actually getting with our email account and how much we're paying. Because I think that first one's free, I think. So your current plan is free. Yeah, so we get that one email address for free. And if we upgrade, we get more storage, more filters, more email aliases. An alias is interesting because you can have a bunch of different emails at your domain. So it can be Bob at your domain, Jane at your domain, business inquiries at your domain. But you only have one email address. Those are all aliases, and they're all sent into your one info@ email address. And you can manage all of them in there. You can have filters, so they all go in their own folders. But then you don't have 50 emails and 50 different email accounts. They can actually be going all into one email account. And because of the way an email alias is set up, you can actually, from your info@ account, reply using any one of those 50 aliases. So if an email comes into your info@ account and it's business inquiries at your domain name, you can reply with business inquiries at your domain name. And the end user doesn't even know. They don't know you're managing it all from one account. So that's pretty cool. Antivirus checks, multi-device support, and a price tag of $219. That is per month, I believe. Per month per mailbox. Prices and scale as I go up, but the enterprise has more options. So that's great. Got our free email. Now let's go back into our website here. Manage this guy. I want to actually log in. Let's go to the dashboard. We should actually finish what we're doing over here first. Under domains, we have all our domains. Website, we have important information about the website. We can import, we can migrate. File manager, so if we wanted to get into the back end to manage files, which you sometimes have to do, we're in the file manager. Go to public_HTML, and this is the root folder for our WordPress site. It's all installed. We don't have to do anything in here, but if we need to come in here, it exists. You can also connect via FTP if you're more comfortable with FTP. You can access your database. On the Advanced tab, you've got the DNS, PHP configuration, cron jobs, SSH, all the important stuff. And this is all specific to this domain, this whole list here. Now, if I click on Edit Website, because I want to actually go in and see my actual website, let's see how that works. It's taking a really long time to load, which tells me that the DNS, the important information that's spread around the internet, telling web traffic that this domain is where our website exists, hasn't quite completed yet. So I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to come back when this website actually loads because the DNS has done propagating, and then we'll continue on building this website. Our demo site is now complete. This is a few days since I stopped the last recording. It didn't take that long to get this done. I just haven't been able to get back to recording this until a few days later, but it took about an hour. I was checking on it, and it took about an hour before it was loading reliably. And if we want to log in, we just go to our domain name /wp-admin, wp-admin. Let's go zoom in a little bit here. Then we log in with the details that we created when we created the site. These were created when you created the site, so hopefully you remember what they are. Hopefully I remember what they are. And if you don't, you can use lost your password. That'll get you back into your site as long as you know the email address or username. So now we're inside our dashboard. We can dismiss a lot of this stuff up here and get rid of it and clean things up. You can minimize all these or even get rid of them. Just go to screen options, uncheck all these boxes, and just get rid of all the clutter in your dashboard. And this message up here, we can't get rid of until we activate Monster Insights for Google Analytics. This is something you can use or not use. They have a free version, I believe, but they also have a paid version. Google Analytics itself is free, the entirety of it. Monster Insights helps you go through Google Analytics data a little easier. Google Analytics has a lot of data. It can be pretty confusing, but this will help you with the analytics if you want to set that up. Let's take a quick tour of the website. So the first thing you want to work on is posts. This is where your blog posts will go. Currently we have one called Hello World. We can trash that when we're ready. We're just going to leave it here so we can see it on the website in just a minute so you know where these posts go. There are pages, and posts, like I said, are for blog posts. Pages are for things like privacy policy, your about page, your WooCommerce pages like cart and checkout, my account, refunds and returns, more legalese type stuff, and pages that aren't dynamic. Blog posts are more dynamic, they're updated more regularly, they're more conversational usually, whereas pages are more serious, I find. We have WooCommerce. inside of WooCommerce is where we set up all our products and things. We'll come back to WooCommerce later on. And our products, that's also WooCommerce tab. This is specifically for the products you have in WooCommerce. And then the settings are in this tab here. Then we have Elementor. That's going to be key to editing things and changing things on our website. We're going to use the free version in this tutorial, but you can also get the pro version, which allows you to do even more things. And then there's also plugins, where you can add more functionality to your site really easily. Under appearance, an important page you want to know about is customize. Depending which theme you have. If you follow this tutorial, you have the Astra theme. There's a lot of options inside of the customizer, depending on which themes you have. Astra has a lot. You can also choose or change the starter template. We picked one at the very beginning of this tutorial. If you poke around on your site and look at the template you chose and you don't like it, you can just go back to starter templates and then choose Elementor, since that's the builder we're using. If you're using a different builder, choose a different one. You can also choose them from over here on the right as well. And look through these templates here and pick a different one. Same process as we saw earlier. There are premium ones that you pay for. There are free ones that are free. And just choose a different template that you want to use. Click on it. You can import any individual page or the complete site. If you import the complete site, everything about your current site is going to be erased. Your plugins will stay, your theme will stay, but all the content, all the pages, any edits you've made to the content, that's all going to be gone if you choose import complete site. If you choose import just a page, nothing happens besides that one page being imported, or multiple pages if you choose multiple. So let's take a look at our website. I think it looks pretty good, nice and clean. Got some nice products here. It's a nice website as far as lotions go and things like that, which I'm not an expert in. Got some nice reviews from customers here. These are clearly fake, not even in English. They're in Latin or Pig Latin or some kind of lorem ipsum text. You have to change those or remove them if you don't have any testimonials yet. You can always add them back in later. And there's other pages that are also here. There's the shop page, where you can browse all the products in the shop. There is the about page, which gives people more information about your brand, your company, you, whatever your website's about. The contact page for helping people get in touch with you or finding where you are if you're at a physical location. Contact form to email you. You can have live chat anywhere on the website or even specifically just on this page. You could have your phone number on here. You could have your Facebook Messenger connected to there if you wanted, whatever you want. On the home page, or any page, there's an Edit with Elementor button up here. If you click on that, you can edit the page. Let's do that now. If you're not familiar with Elementor, one of the reasons I chose it for this tutorial is there are gazillions of tutorials about Elementor, not only on my channel, but on various other WordPress and specific Elementor focused channels on YouTube and tutorials that you'll find on Google, and there's a lot of material about Elementor. So for that reason, it's one of the best builders to use as a beginner because it's A, easy to use, and B, there's a lot of help out there. Elementor is basically built of widgets. The widgets are listed on the left. This is the free widgets here under basic. We also have pro widgets. We also have more free widgets here under general. Then we have widgets from the Elementor header and footer builder plugin. There are gazillions of third-party Elementor add-ons as well that add more widgets. If you don't want to get the paid version, you can almost always find a third-party widget for free that gives you the functionality of whatever WooCommerce had paid. There are also paid third-party widgets. It gets pretty complicated. But pretty much anything you want to build, you can get for free or find a way to do it for free. Pretty much, I say, because not everything can be built for free with Elementor. There are some advanced things you're going to want to have a paid something, a paid Elementor Pro or a paid third-party widget. There are WooCommerce widgets in Elementor Pro. These are currently locked because they're part of the Pro. And there's more Pro widgets here. So we're going to stick to the General tab and the Basic tab because that's what's for free. And if we click on any one of these widgets or areas that highlight on the right, we see where we can edit it on the left. This is the heading. It says Edit Heading. This is the heading widget. If we go back to our widgets, this is the widget right here. If you want to add a heading, you just drag and drop it into place. And you start adding your heading. And you might notice that this one looks different than this one. That's because every widget has a content tab where you create the content, you write the text or add the images or add the video, whatever the content is, and you change its alignment and things like that. On the Style tab, you can change how it appears. You can change the colors, the font, the size sometimes. Size is also sometimes on the Content tab. Style is mostly for appearance. An Advanced tab allows you to do advanced functionalities with that widget, including adding margin padding, z-index, motion effects, things of that nature. And if you have the Pro version, you can add custom CSS. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. But if you do know, this is where you can add custom CSS. So if you wanted to add another heading, you wanted it to look just like this, what you can do is just right-click on the pencil, click on Copy, right-click up here, and choose Paste Style. And now the heading is the same format. It's still bigger. If we click on this one and go to Style, and then go to Typography, we see the size is set to default size. And this one, the size is also set to default. So that's weird. Normally there'd be a number in here, but we can scale this up. Let's put it right here, the number 12. Now if I copy this number right here, number 13, don't have to copy, you could probably remember it. And then we add that into here. It now makes our heading the same size, and now you can tell they're exactly the same. So that's how you could take a design you like and keep replicating it. Instead of trying to recreate it by getting all the settings to match in the Typography tab and the Color tab and the Shadow tab, whatever is applied to the widget, you can just copy and paste it to another widget. It makes life super easy. And you can do this between pages too. So if you were building, let's see, for this template we had a home page, a shop page, an about page, and a contact page. If you wanted to add a services page, for example, and you wanted the same styling, you can just copy and paste widgets, copy and paste styles from an existing page to that new one. The way we just did. Go here to copy and then paste style wherever you want to put it. I'm going to click on delete to get rid of that extra heading. And this image is a background on the section. All pages are made of sections. You can think of those as the full rows. When I have my cursor over this row, we see a blue outline appears. I'm going to go off of that area. It disappears, comes back. That is the section. Section settings are found up here. You can change a lot of stuff to do the sections, including adding background images under the Style tab. Just click on here and choose a different image if you want to have a different image in there. Media library or images that have been uploaded to the site. And under free images, you can find free images. If you have a subscription to a stock photo site, you can import those if you wanted to. And then you can add any image you want. Let's add the water. Click on the down arrow. That's going to download that right into here. And now you have a different background image. There's all kinds of filters and things you can do to background images and images in general using Elementor. It is a really flexible and a really powerful plugin. That's why it's so popular. Then you have buttons. The button widget allows you to add links to various places, like the shop would be the shop now link, I'd think. If you scroll down, we see another section here with content. Another section here with a column and content on two sides. And if this template was perfect for your needs, all you have to do is come in here and just update the text. Super simple. This is an icon box widget. You can change these icons really simply. Just click on the icon and let's do this one. New icon, done. Don't like the colors? Let's pick a different color under the Style tab. Let's make it blue or gray or green. Editing is point and click in Elementor. That's what makes it so easy and so popular. Testimonial widget right here for testimonials. Everything's pre-built, and especially if you go to the paid add-ons and the Elementor Pro, even more things are pre-built. It's even easier. And down here, this section is only visible to you when you're editing the page. This is where you can add more sections and what are called blocks. So if I click on plus, it's going to add a section of whatever structure we choose. The structure can be changed later as well. Just click on that, and we've got two columns in there. You can click on X to delete it. I'm going to click on the folder. This is going to open up full pages in Elementor. If we can import full pages. Some are from the Pro version, some are from the free version. On the Blocks tab, we have a lot of different blocks you can choose from. These ones are all 404s and they're all Pro as well. Under Category, we can choose what kind of blocks we're looking for. Maybe we want a services block. And here's a bunch of services blocks. And they're all black and white in here. But you can easily add them to the page and change the colors on the Style tab for whatever widget you want to change the colors for. And update the images, of course, and all the text. So it's just a template to start from. There's also, one thing I forgot to show you, under My Templates, this is where you'd have your own templates that you create with Elementor Pro. Elementor Free allows for a couple different types, but not very many of templates. Elementor Pro allows for a lot of different template types. And down here is the footer. Unless this is built with Elementor, which this one isn't, it can't be edited in Elementor. This needs to be edited in the customizer. The header, don't have one here, but if we had a menu system at the top using free Elementor, it's likely that menu system would be edited using the customizer as well. So let's exit out of here. It's going to save my work. Let's exit the dashboard. And let's go to Appearance and Customize. Here we see there is a header. It was just hidden. So this header can be edited in the customizer right here. So click on the pencil for the menu. It goes to our primary menu over here. You change the design, general, and design. You can choose which pages appear on the menu system. Every theme is going to be different with how it operates. This one has some information on the left and the menu builder in the center. So this is a 3-level menu where we can have things in the top layer, the middle layer, and the bottom layer. So I wanted to add in up here, say, a phone number. Let's just add HTML. Click on HTML, opens it up on the left. Let's add phone. There's our phone number up in the top right. Click on design to change the design. I'm going to change the text color to white. And there you have it. New section. And you can add another one down below with this header. But like I said, all themes are different. So you're not going to have these options with every theme. And even all of the themes or all the starter sites that Astra provides you, not all of them are going to be taking advantage of all 3 rows or even have all 3 rows as an option. What I'm trying to help you do and teach you is to look around. I'm trying to show you what's available and where to find the general areas for those things so that you can come in here and edit the page as you want. We saw the center part here. The body of the page is Elementor. We can't edit that here. Otherwise, we'd see little pencils popping up like we see at the top here. All these pencils can be clicked on, and those sections can be edited by clicking the pencil. You can also find those sections by going all the way back to this main area, and we see them all laid out here in these menus. It takes a lot more digging to find these things if you go through the menus, but you can still find them there. And the footer, down at the very bottom, also has a nice little pencil here, as you can see. Has 3 layers for the footer. You can change the layout here. You can have fewer columns, more columns, and you can click and see what happens and then undo what you did if you don't like what you did. So it's all point and click, all really easy. And you also have, I forgot to show you using Elementor, but they're in Elementor as well. We have a desktop, a tablet option, so it changes the layout on the screen to show you how it looks on tablet, and then mobile phone as well. So you can make sure your designs work nicely on all the different devices. And if you upgrade to Astra Pro, which you don't need to, but if you do, there's even more options for stuff to edit in here. Click on Publish whenever you make changes to make sure you save them. Then click on the X. I'm just going to show you how to do the mobile changes on Elementor as well. So if we go into Pages, every page that's built in Elementor is going to have an Edit with Elementor link, and it's going to say Elementor after it. So these ones here are WooCommerce pages, and they're not built with Elementor, and so there's no Elementor after the name of the page and no Edit with Elementor link. This contact page is built with Elementor, so is the home page. Let's open the contact page by clicking on Edit with Elementor. And right down here, we have our mobile responsive switcher. We can change from desktop to tablet to phone. We can change our zoom settings. We can specifically change the sizes. So mobile phone might not be exactly the size, the one you're optimizing for. But you can change the width and height to whatever you want, whatever is the right one for your needs for all the different options, desktop, tablet, and mobile. And there's an even easier way to edit with these options. You don't have to create your page in desktop and then or mobile and then switch and then redo everything or tweak everything. What you can do is tweak it while you're building it. So if I go to this widget here, let's switch this off by clicking X. So we're out of that mobile switcher area. If I clicked on any widget, we will see, usually under the Style tab, let's go to Advanced. Okay, the Advanced tab in this case. Depends on the widget. You'll see these options in various places depending on the widget. But if you see a little screen like this, you can edit whatever this option is. In this case, it's margin. You can edit this specifically for desktop, for tablet, and for phone. So for desktop, I could have 100 pixels margin on top. For tablet, let's try that again. For tablet, I could have 50, and let's undo that. Click this link. If you don't click this link, it's going to apply the same value to all of the different sides. I just wanted it on 1 for this example. If we switch to our phone, and let's make this one 25. And so now we have different margin set for different devices. If I go back to our tablet, we see it's 25 for the phone. Go to our tablet and it's 50. Go to our desktop and it's 100. So you can be tweaking things and making sure everything works on every kind of device as you're building, which is super handy. And this is something you can't do in the customizer. You can switch those devices, you can make changes specific to those devices in Customizer, but it's much harder to do on the individual widget or feature or setting level. And you also don't get to define the exact sizes that you want in the Customizer. And I should also note the Customizer is mostly for making tweaks and changes to things, whereas Elementor is for creating things and building things from scratch. So you build entire pages in Elementor. The Customizer just allows you to tweak some pages or just do the header and the footer. And so they work together. Usually you use the Customizer and Elementor or a different page builder to make the site that you want. Click on Update to make sure you saved any work you did. Let's exit out of here and let's take a look at WooCommerce. WooCommerce is a monster. There's a lot of settings. And just as there's umpteen billion Elementor tutorials, there's just as many WooCommerce tutorials, because WooCommerce is hugely popular and has a lot of different settings for a lot of different stuff. So I'm not going to go in detail through all the settings. What I am going to show you though is how to add products and tweak them and remove them and change them to your needs, and how to add a payment gateway so you can actually accept orders. So let's do the products first. Under products, click on there. We see a list of all the products on the site. These are imported with the demo. If you wanted to remove these and start with a blank slate, let's click on this box right here. That selects all of them. Click on bulk actions, click on move to trash, then click apply. But maybe you want to just delete 1 or 2 of them. In that case, hover over it, click on trash, 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 just for the individual ones that you want to put in the trash. Or maybe you want to edit these to suit your needs. Click on edit. Here we add the title. This is the link to this specific product. This is the description of their product. These all appear on the product page, which we'll look at after we look through all this here. All-in-one SEO allows you to customize the SEO settings, not just for WooCommerce products, but for every page on your site and the site in general. And we have product data right here. This is a simple product. We have the option of going with a group product, external or affiliate product, or a variable product. A group product is basically multiple single products together. External product is something that you sell off-site or on a different site, or somebody else sells on a different site and you're just linking to them, helping promote their stuff. Or it's a product that you get commission for selling. And a variable product is something that has variations, like colors or sizes. Great examples are t-shirts, shoes, rollerblades, anything where it's a single product, but there's variations of it, would be the variable product. And there's dozens and dozens and dozens of tutorials on this online if you need help with those. Under general, we set the price. We can set the sale price. Let's make that 20 bucks. Let's keep the same currency design. Click on schedule. This will allow you to set the sale price from certain times if you want to. It'll automatically turn on and off for this time period. Or you can just come in manually, set the sale price. If you don't set a schedule, as soon as I hit save, that sale price is active. If you do the schedule, it'll be active when that schedule is correct. Under inventory, if this is physical stock, you can have a SKU number and have inventory if you want. Use your shipping settings. Linked products, these ones are ones that are shown on the page that you sell the product on. So you have a product page specifically for this item. But if you find that people often buy some kind of fancy towel with this lotion, you could have that as an upsell, which appears on the page. Or you could also have it as a cross-sell, which appears on the cart page, which we'll look at in just a minute as well. So you can define those here if you want. You just type in whatever they are. Search, that's not one. Lotion. It's got to be a product that's actually on your site. So almond milk lotion is an upsell, and let's do lotion again. And cream of foam lotion for upsells and cross sells. Attributes, this is for things about the product people want to know. For example, you might set attributes like size, width, height, weight, color, texture, anything you can think of that people would want to know about this product, you can set in the attributes. Under the Advanced tab, we have a purchase note, which is something you tell your buyer as they're buying it or right after they buy it. For example, maybe quantities are low or there's a delay in your warehouse or whatever. And you let them know it's going to take a little longer or a little shorter or what have you. This is a purchase note after they purchase. The menu order allows you to change the order products are displayed in, and enable reviews allows people to add reviews. We have a short description here. Reviews pop up here if you have them for that product. We can add our image here. We can add a product gallery here if you have multiple images. And when we're all done, come up here and update. And there is a little more to making products, but not much. There's lots of videos that show you exactly in detail how to do this stuff. So this is the actual product page. All the content that we just saw is applied on this page. As you can see, the sale price is applied as well. Here's a description. Reviews will appear here if you have any. And here we have our cross-sell. And here we have related products, which is different than the cross-sell. Or sorry, this is the upsell because it's on the product page. The related products are different than the upsell, but there's more products here that people could buy if they wanted. If we add this to our cart and then view our cart, we see this is the cross-sell that we added. Cream of foam lotion appears right in the cart. This area will be blank if we don't add that option for the cross-sell. And then we can go to proceed to checkout, and then people can check out. They add in their information and they pay if we have a payment processor set up. We don't have one yet, but we're going to set it up right now so that people can actually check out on your store. To do that, we'll head back into the dashboard and let's go to WooCommerce, settings. In here is where you set all the important stuff regarding WooCommerce, all the general settings. Not creating products, but settings about products, for example, in the products tab. General tab, you add your store information like address, shipping, currencies, all that good stuff. Under products, you have product settings. We also have tabs within our tabs. So we have tabs up here for the main tabs, but then also tabs right here. This is the general tab. We have the inventory tab, where we don't actually specify inventory on a per product basis. We would set the overall settings that we want to apply to all inventory in our store. Download products tab, and there's the shipping tab. These are all very important for you to go through. And like I said earlier, there are umpteen thousand tutorials going over all this on YouTube and if you search Google. So I'm not going to focus on that specifically because there's a lot of information to help you with that. What I'm going to focus on though is the payments tab. So let's go to payments. And here, if you want your site and your shop up and running super quickly, you can turn on bank transfer, check payments, cash on delivery. If you click on save changes and then come back out here and refresh, we'll see this area change. Now we can choose the payment option that we want to use. These payment options don't work for everybody. There are use cases for them, but they don't work for everybody. So I'm going to turn them off again because they don't work for me working online. Down below here, we can get paid via Stripe and PayPal. You can also use WooCommerce payments. This is a paid plugin from WooCommerce. You don't really need that, but you can use it. You can also accept more payments aside from Stripe and PayPal as well. Let's click on See More Options. This takes us to all the payment extensions on the WooCommerce site. There are 82 of them. Just going to scroll through here. Might be able to see a payment option that you want to use on your site. You can even have cryptocurrencies. I believe Coinbase is on here somewhere. Well, I don't see it there, but I do know you can pay or you can add crypto wallets to WooCommerce. I'm going to choose Stripe because that's a really easy one. I'm going to click on Get Started. This is going to install another plugin on our site. And now we have Stripe installed. We can click on Enter Account Keys. So we have this information inside of Stripe, our test key, our other test key, and our test webhook. Click on here to open your Stripe account. If you don't have one yet, you can open one really easily. And in fact, I'm going to undo what I just did. I'm going to Control click so it opens in a new tab so we can go back and forth. And inside of here, you're going to land on the dashboard. This is my test account. In the search bar, type in API. You have API keys as one of the results. Click on that. And you'll see your API keys right here. Let's copy this first one and go back into here and paste it right here for publishable key. And copy the second one. Paste it right here. And now we need a secret webhook. This one, I don't know how to get it until we save these keys. So let's save these keys first. And I made a mistake here. These are the test keys. I should be on the test tab. Inside of Stripe, we have a test version and a live version. With the test version, you can practice checking out on your site and make sure everything works before you switch to live. Test mode is enabled. If you see up here, test mode enabled. And in the keys, it says test as well. So make sure you're on the correct tab when you're setting up Stripe in here. Otherwise, it won't work. So let's copy these again. And the secret webhook, again, we have to save this first, and then we'll find the webhook. Click on Save Keys. And now our keys are in place. If I scroll down a little bit, it says right here for webhooks, you must add the following webhook endpoint. So let's copy this. You have to add that to your Stripe account if there isn't one already enabled. This will enable you to receive notifications on the charge statuses. That's excellent. So let's go into Stripe. Let's look up webhooks. And we do not have one for that account or that webhook enabled. So let's click on Add Endpoint. Paste it right here. You can add a description. You can listen to events on connected accounts. There's other Stripe accounts that are connected to this one. And then we select the events to listen to. And it doesn't really tell us which ones in here. But it's likely new charges. So maybe there's a payment status one. Payment method, payment intent, order, checkout, charge. Let's do all the charge events. Add events, add endpoint. And the charge events are what are going to communicate back to WooCommerce to confirm a charge has happened. Otherwise, your site won't know something's been charged. So now we've set that up. Now, if we go back out to the front end of the website and go back to our shopping cart, we've got it right here. Click on Checkout and fill in some address information. We've got our order right here, and we see test mode in the payment area. So I'm going to copy this, paste it right in there. And it says here, use that number with any expiry date and CVC. Any expiry date in the future, I believe. So I'm just going to put in here 12/30 CVC, just a random 3-digit number. Then I'll click on Place Order. And if we did everything correctly, this will go through. Thank you, your order's been received. And keep in mind, this is a test. That was a fake number. It wasn't my credit card number we added. I'm not going to add this to my browser, which I never do anyway. But definitely not in this case, that's a fake number. And if we go into our site again, we will see under WooCommerce orders, that order that just came through. If we click on here, it shows us all the information required to complete this order. And Bob's your uncle, made your first test sale. Now, to make sure that not every sale on your site's a test sale, once you confirm that this works, you need to go back into your Stripe settings, and then payments, and then Stripe, settings, edit account keys. You have to make sure you have your live keys in here to make sure you can go live and accept real payments. The process is the exact same. Inside of Stripe, you get the API keys in the same spot, you put the webhook in the same spot, You use the charge option for the event listener, and that's how you set up the live keys. Exact same process as the test keys. But then you're actually processing real credit cards and collecting real money, which is fantastic. So now that's set up on our site, we have a fully functioning website. I'm going to assume that you've gone ahead at some point in the near future and customized the entire site to be what your business is and what you need for your site. And now you've learned how to have your shop integrated with a payment processor so people can actually check out and pay for the items they buy. And there is a lot of settings and a lot of features and a lot of things you can do and tweak. But what you should do is just get the basics done. In this video, we got the basics done. We chose a template, we got WooCommerce running, we edited our products and tested the checkout to make sure it works, and you're live and online and checking out. You can always add more features as you go. The idea is to get your site online as fast as possible with a minimum viable product so you can sell things or get traffic, whatever it is that your site's purpose is, and then add things as you go. Because I don't know if you know this, but if you want to rank well in Google, it takes time. Google doesn't care if you took 3 years to develop the perfect homepage. What Google cares about is that your homepage is live and Google can see it. And so as you keep updating it over the 3 years, Google recognizes that and they keep updating their content. And you're probably already in the search index because you've been around for 3 years already because you published 3 years ago with a minimum viable product. If you wait 3 years to publish until it's perfect, then you got to start the process of getting into the Google search index, which takes time. It takes months, sometimes years, depending on what topic you're in. And so get your site online, a basic version, as fast as possible. Make sure the basic version is exactly what you need it to be, and then improve it as you go. Iterate on your site and make it better and better. With almost everything online, just remember, you don't have to get it perfect. You just have to get it going. Next up, check out the other parts in this 5-part Hostinger series. There's a playlist for all of them right up here, so make sure you check that out. And if you haven't done so yet, click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. My name is Bjorn from WP Learning Lab. Till next time, keep crushing it, and I will see you in the next video.